Now, NAR is actually looking forward, saying, well, okay, what are the 10 forward looking indicators for 2026? Well, one is the millennials, right? A lot of the millennials are now hitting their prime earning age, right? Where they're making more money or the most money that they'll make in their lifetime. And that income growth and job growth will ultimately lead strengthened migration, right? People moving in and out of markets, which drives real estate. And also, we should start to see an alignment between the price of listings and income, right? So making homes a little more affordable and allowing more people to buy into it. Now, of course, what would drive that would be if we saw rates come down, and there is prediction that we could see those rates. But in all honesty, I mean, if we saw rates at 6% or less, that will stimulate the real estate industry. But we're probably not going to go much below 5.5 if we get there at all. And then, of course, price cuts, right? And now that would be if we see the unemployment rate rise, you'll see people put their houses on the market. And oh, by the way, research just came out that we now have more people with a 6% plus mortgage than those that hold currently a 3% or less interest rate mortgage. So again, what that means is that we've got fewer and fewer people who are actually being rate locked, right, who have got this low interest rate that they don't want to give up. And then, of course, we started to see this balance between rent and mortgage payment, making home ownership a little more attractive. One of the things about, you buy a home, you can actually lock in your housing costs. But if you're a renter, can you actually even lock that in? Of course, the answer is no, because your landlords can continue to raise your rent. And then with the growth of single family permits and mortgage originations, it all bodes well. So NAR is predicting nationally we should see a 14% increase in the number of home sales on a national basis. But again, it's a local business. So we'll see what the impact is locally. Now, I just wanted to share this with you because I think, again, this is a great slide to share. And that is that look at the median net worth between owners and renters. So in 2019, the median net worth of renters in this country was $7,300. The median net worth of a homeowner was $295,500. So obviously, a lot of that net worth is tied up in their real estate, their home. Now, fast forward from 2019 to 2022, where we saw the greatest amount of appreciation, and we saw that the net worth of a homeowner actually jumped by $100,000 versus a renter whose net worth jumped by $1,100. And of course, 2025, the final numbers aren't out yet, but the expectation is that the median net worth of a homeowner is going to be $430,000 versus $10,000 for a renter. Guys, this is why we do what we do, is help people buy homes, because what we know is not only does it help with generational wealth, but it helps with multi-generational wealth. We're very lucky to be able to do what we do. So why does this matter? Well, demand and activity are going to improve, but not everywhere will be the same, right? Interestingly, NAR has picked the top 10 markets that they expect to see growth in 2026. And one of those markets is actually Spokane. So if that indeed is the case and that happens, I believe that that will bleed up to Colville as well and to Stevens County. There's going to be a new pool of rate qualified buyers. So we need to reach back out to those buyers who sat on the fence and decided to wait for rates to come back down. That's probably not a reality. There are creative ways, 2-1 buy downs, et cetera, that we can help people get into housing. Additionally, right, we're seeing more homes expire today than we have in a long time. And I don't believe it's because we're seeing values drop, but what we are seeing is that sellers feel like they're holding a winning lottery ticket, and they want to get as much money for their home, and consequently they're pricing it too high. And oh, by the way, as realtors, a lot of us don't know the conversations to have with our sellers to help them be realistic about the price. But what we do know is those homes that are pricing accurately and correctly are selling quickly. The others are languishing on the market and or having to reduce their prices below market value in order to get activity because they've been out there on the market. So getting clarity around your pricing strategy is key. By the way, an inventory mix is becoming a competitive advantage. Look at the TMO. What price ranges are moving? Where are most of the activity, and focus your efforts on taking inventory in those price range. And then, of course, look at the migration patterns. Where are people moving from to Stevens County? Where are the people in Stevens County moving to? Right? Go build relationships with agents in those markets and foster agent to agent referral business, massively profitable business. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and join us as we continue to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living.